Stan?
Yes, sir.
So now you got this equation after rearranging or after dividing those two equations at received power at D0 as well as received power at D. And after dividing the two equations and rearrange, you got this equation that is received power at distance D is equal to the received power at D0 multiplied by D0 by D the whole square. Now what I will do is I will rearrange it in terms of milliwatts. So to convert into milliwatt, what I have to do is, first of all, I should convert into dB in fact. To convert into dB, what I will do, just I will take 10 log, isn't it? To convert any numerical quantity to decibels, what we have to do is, we'll have to take 10 log. So 10 log of PR into D0, I'll tell what is the 0.001 watt, okay, later, plus, since this is two products, what I will do, we'll put plus, isn't it? Log of A into B is nothing but log A plus B, log A plus log B. Log of A into B is log A plus log B. So log PR D0 plus 10 log 20 by D whole square. 10 log A to the power B. Log A to the power B is B into log A, isn't it? Log A to the power B is B into log A. So here that 2, the power of the 2 will come along with the 10. So it will become 20 log D0 by D. Now what I'll do is, now as of now this is in dB, but to convert the dB into dB milli, means for 1 milliwatt reference, we'll have to divide this term by 0.001 because 1 milliwatt is 10 to the power minus 3 watts. Okay, so to convert this watt dB or dB watts to dB milliwatts, then you will have to multiply with 10 to the power 3 or divide by 0.001. So this is the equation for the received power at a distance of D in terms of the received power at a distance D0. So what is D0? D0 is a close-in distance which is sufficiently greater than DF but less than D. In fact, D is much greater than D0. D means our point. That is, we have installed a receiver at a particular point. That point is nothing but your D. Okay, the distance between the actual receiver and the transmitter is D. But in fact, to find the received power at this particular distance, you will have to find the power at D0. But D0 is a close-in distance or the reference distance wherever you know that power. The power level is known to the user actually. So after knowing that power or with the knowledge of that power level received at D0, you will be able to calculate the power that is received at distance D by using this particular formula. Okay. So this is the Friis free space propagation model. Now based upon this, we'll have to do the numericals. I hope you have taken down. Any doubts means please ask. So in this Friis free space equation, Friis free space propagation model, we have one equation which is known as the Friis free space equation. This is one equation which is very important. Secondly, we have done a derivation for path laws. This is the second one. Okay, this is the second equation, that's for the path laws. And third equation, the power level that is received at a distance D, provided we know the power level at D0. And why we are dividing it with 0.001 watts to convert decibels into dBm. This is in dB watts. If there is no 0.001 means it will be in dB watts. So to convert that watts into milliwatts, or if you want the decimal value in terms of reference of 1 milliwatt, then we have to divide it with 0.001. Okay, this is normal numerical quantity. When you convert this numerical quantity into decibels only, we'll have to apply 10 log on both sides. So 10 log of PR of D0 plus 10 log of D0 by D the whole square, that will become 20 log of D0 by D. That expression will be nothing but in decibel watts. When you not take this 0.001 watts, it is nothing but the unit will be in decibel watts. But when you are dividing this quantity with the 0.001, then it will become dB milli, dBm. Okay, dB milli means we are representing the power level in decibels with a reference of 1 milliwatt. Earlier it was watt, but now it was converted to milliwatt by dividing 0.001. It depends on the question. I hope it is clear. Now we'll have to do two numericals, and after that I'll stop. These two numericals are very important. Even for the CIE also, it is going to be very important. So this was the equation I told you just now. That is a power that is received at a distance d. You can express it in terms of PR of D0 and the D0 by D. And why you are dividing this with the 0.001 watts to convert dB into dB watts into dB milliwatts. There is no 0.001 means it will be in dB watt. Okay, if you're dividing with the 0.001 watts means it will be in dBm. dBm means dB milli. Now take down this problem. It is very important. Find the far field distance. What do you mean by far field distance? It is otherwise known as Fraunhofer distance. Far field distance is otherwise called as Fraunhofer distance for an antenna with maximum dimension of 1 meter. So that's capital D. Linear dimension of the antenna is nothing but 1 meter. Means if you place an antenna over the ground horizontally, its distance will be 1 meter. That is a linear dimension. And operating frequency will be 900 megahertz. Means your frequency f will be 900 megahertz. That is 900 into 10 to the power 6. So from this you will be able to calculate lambda. Lambda is C by F. You know the value of C, 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 900 into 10 to the power 6. So after this, what will be the value of lambda? What will be the value of lambda after simplifying this? Three into 10 to the power 8 divided by 900 into 10 to the power 6. What is the value of lambda after simplification?
0.33, sir.
Okay. 0.33 or 1 by 3?
1 by 3.
Okay, fine. Now, what is the equation for DF? DF already we have gone through DF, the concept of DF. I told you DF is a Fraunhofer distance or the minimum distance we need to maintain in order to take the receiver to be installed, because we are not going to find the power within this DF. What happens when we are going to estimate the power within this DF distance? Then it will be near field region. In near field region, that is, estimations will not be accurate. Okay, estimations will not be accurate. The radiation pattern is going to affect your estimations because it is very close to the antenna. So for that we are going to get the uniformity or to get the most sustainability, we are going for the far field region, because you need to have exact predictions or exact values at all points. Okay, so for that only we are going for Fraunhofer distance, that is the beyond the distance, threshold distance DF. And that Fraunhofer distance, of course, it is going to depend upon the linear distance of the antenna. The linear dimension of the antenna is capital D as well as the wavelength. And the equation is DF is equal to 2D square by lambda. Capital D is 1 meter. As of now, you got lambda as 0.33. You just substitute, you will find 6 meter. So 6 meter can be called as a Fraunhofer distance, or the otherwise it is called far field distance. Okay, so beyond the 6 meter only we are trying to fix any sort of receivers at which we are trying to find the power. Okay, within 6 meter also we can fix the receivers, no matter. But the thing is that the estimations of this particular propagation model, free space propagation model, is not suitable for those near field points. It will not get exact values of received power because of the random fluctuations. So the exact predictions will be valid only for the distances greater than the Fraunhofer distance. That is, for this example, it will be 6 meter. Now, going to the next question. Hope this is clear for you. This particular question is a direct substitution problem. It will be much easier for you. Next question is also very important. Take down the next question. This is also important for your CIE. Example number 3.2. Here, if a transmitter produces 50 watts of power, transmitter produces 50 watts of power means take down ET equal to 50. Transmitter power is 50. Express the transmitter power in units of dBm. So without checking the solution, kindly tell me how we are going to convert watts into dB. Just any physical or dimensionless quantity you can convert into dB. How? Just by taking
10 log.
yeah, 10 log. So 10 log
Log,
of
sir.
10 log. Yeah, 10 log of 50 will get you the answer actually, but that will be in dB only. 10 log of 50, that is second part. 10 log of 50 will be nothing but 17 dB
Divided by.
watts. Yeah, 17 dB watts. That's the second part. But in the first part, it is mentioned we need to express in terms of dB milli. So what we have to do is you have to divide it by 1000 and then take 10 log. So 50 watts you need to convert into milliwatts, means you will be multiplying by 10 to the power 3 or dividing it by 0.001, and then you will apply 10 log so that the power transmitted in terms of dBm you will get as 47 dBm. Second part of the question, it is shown, it is asked to write power received in terms of dB watts. So in that case, you are not going to divide it by 0.001, or in that case, you are not going to multiply with the 10 to the power 3. So as such, you can take 50 watts, then apply 10 log. So your answer will be 17 dB watts. Hope it is clear for you, the first two parts of the question. Coming to the next sentence, if 50 watts is applied to a unity gain antenna, so GT is 1. Unity gain antenna, GT is 1. With a 900 megahertz carrier frequency. So F is 900 into 10 to the power 6. So gain is 1. At the same time, frequency is 900 megahertz. You need to find the power received in dBm. Kindly note, we have to express the power in dBm. So to express the power in dBm, what we have to do? We have to divide it by 0.001 and then take 10 log. So don't, skip that 0.001 if you are asked to find in dBm. At a free space dimension of distance of 100 meter. So what is that 100 meter? Can anybody tell? At a free space distance of 100 meter means, is it D or D0? What is that?
D0, sir.
No. D0, I told you, D0 is a, what is D0? D0 is the reference point, isn't it? D0 can be called as a reference point. Now, again, the D0 is slightly, it should be greater than your Fraunhofer distance. Okay, so here you are asked to find the received power at 100 meter initially, then that can be considered as D0 later. After estimating the power at 100 meter, then we can consider that as a reference point, and then we will be able to find a power at a very large distance, probably at 10 kilometer later. Okay, so 10 kilometer can be the practical installation point at which you need to find the received power. But 10 kilometers sufficiently greater than 100 meter. 100 meters close to your Fraunhofer distance, but slightly more than Fraunhofer distance. So that can be considered as D0. But anyhow, we are supposed to find the received power at 100 meter. Only then we will be able to find the received power at 10 kilometer, because 10 kilometers sufficiently far from 100 meter. So to find the received power at 100 meter, we are going to make use of the Friis free space equation. So directly by using that Friis free space equation, we will be able to find the received power at 100 meter. Again, there is no scope of using gain, receivers antenna gain, because nothing is mentioned. So you can assume GR1 itself. Okay, GT and GR, both the antennas gain, you can take it as 1. It is given to you. Lambda is already, we can find lambda is C by F. Same thing now. C by F. F is 900 megahertz. From the previous question itself, you already found out 1 by 3. Same quantity only, here also it is mentioned. By 4 pi the whole square, D is 100. Loss factor is 1. Because loss is not mentioned, so you can directly you can mention that since it's a lossless system, you can take it as 1. Loss factor is 1 because line of sight communication is observed between the transmitter and receiver. It is a free space model, so there is no scope of diffraction, there is no scope of interference or the scattering and all. In between there is no obstacles, mountains, towers, buildings, etc. So loss factor will be 1. After substituting all the parameters, you will get the answer in milliwatt. You have to express it in milliwatts because it is clearly mentioned that your power should be in dBm. So kindly express it in milliwatt. After expressing the milliwatt, just you can take 10 log. Or else, if it is expressed in watts, then you have to divide it by 0.001 and then apply 10 log so that it will be automatically milli dBm. The answer is minus 24.5 dBm is the power level that is received at the distance D0. D0, that is 100 meter away from the transmitter, which can be called as a reference point or close-in distance, whatever it may be. Now, after finding the power received at D0, now we will take the power received at, we'll find the power received at D, that is PR of 10 kilometer, and use the free space propagation model's result. What's the free space propagation model's result? That equation you write. This is the result that you have, the 3.9. Write this equation. PR of D means PR of 10 kilometers. Received power at 10 kilometer, right? Yeah, 10 kilometer. So PR of 10 kilometer is equal to PR of 10 kilometer is equal to 10 log PR of D0 means PR of 100. My question is, do you want to divide again this with the 0.001? Do you want to divide this PR of D0 again with the 0.001? No, right? Because PR of D0 already you have the answer in dB milli. You already have the answer in dB milli, isn't it? 3.5 milliwatts, 3.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 watts. 3.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 milliwatts. It is given to you. And thereafter you have converted into dBm also. That is minus 24.5 dBm. So as of now, you don't apply 10 log to PR. Just you put this minus 24.5 dBm over here. Plus, what is the second term that you have? Second term in the equation is plus 20 log D0 by D. That only you take into consideration and add with the previous value. Is that clear for you? Why I am not applying 10 log and 0.001 watts over here? Because already I have converted. Already I have converted this entire term. Already I have expressed this entire term in dBm. Okay. So that value in dBm, you just need to add along with 20 log D0 by D. Shiva, did you got the concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So since already this is being expressed in dBm, I'm not going to apply 10 log or nor I'm going to apply 0.001 watts also. So simply I will take the previous value and I'll be adding with the 20 log D0 by D and express the final power at received at D distance away from the transmitter. So that will be again dBm only. So 20 log 100 meter divided by 10 kilometer. But please be careful that you need to convert the 10 kilometers into meters. So multiply by 1000. So that will be 10,000. Simplify that, you will get the answer as minus 64.5 dBm, which means that your power has been reduced from minus 24.5 dBm to minus 64.5 dBm. Okay. your power has been reduced from minus 24.5 dBm to minus 64.5 dBm when the distance is being changed from, when your distance has been changed from 100 meters to 10 kilometers. Okay, earlier the distance was 100 meter, which can be called as a close-in distance or reference distance. And later I have tried to install my practical receiver at the receiver at the 10 kilometer away from the transmitter, and later I found that the received power has again decreased to minus 64.5 dBm. Okay. Any doubts, students? So these two problems are very important. I repeat, these two problems are very important. Okay. Apart from that, the trunking theories problems also, it is very important. So kindly practice those problems. Example problems you practice accordingly. You will get some questions for your CI. And theory also, this free space propagation model is very important. And also you go through those introduction slides and all. I'll post all the study materials. I'll post again as one stretch. Okay. All the materials I'll post by today evening or tomorrow morning, including the problems plus the slides, module 1 slides. So in the 1G, 2G and all you study. Paging system, 1G, 2G, introduction classes I have told you, no? The evolution of wireless communication. Don't study that histories and all, that is not necessary. Only that technical part you study. Okay. Comparison of 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G. Then the paging system. Then you have that simplex, duplex, some sort of technical things in that introductory slides, no? That you need to study. And actually the module starts from the cellular concept. That part is very important. Then cell splitting, cell sectoring, microsome, whatever I have taught today. Then trunking theory is very, very important. The problems, that is finding the traffic intensity, finding the arrival rate. Yeah, trunking efficiency. Today I took one this thing, no, that is sectoring. In sectoring, what we did, we have compared two different systems, that sectored system and unsectored system. Isn't it? 60 degree, 120 degree and all. And there our conclusion was, when we go from 60 degree to 120 degree or from an unsectored to sectored system, we are able to increase the signal to interference ratio because interference are getting minimized. At the same time, we are compensating in trunking efficiency. Trunking efficiency is going to decrease. That you need to compare. That is also very important. Okay. Then cell splitting, handoff is very important. Handoff. What are the techniques behind the handoff? With the particular diagram you need to, that is, you have that handoff now. One graph like explanation is there in the handoff that you need to explain. That is at least minimum power level you need to maintain in order to initiate the handoff. It should be a definite margin. So there are two graphs that you are going to compare. One is improper handoff, another one is proper handoff. So that you are going to explain. Okay, that is very important, that particular part. Everything is important. Okay, so in the introduction slide, you just go through those technical things only. Otherwise, you skip all those theories, evolution and all you skip. But 1G, 2G and all, it is very important. 3G, the data rate, the comparison of the data rate, energy efficiency, bit rate, speed, then modulation, comparison of all the generation networks, what kind of modulation is being used in each and every generation networks, that and all it is important. Okay. Tomorrow also I'll arrange one half an hour session or 45-minute session. I need to complete one more thing. Actually, these two modules are very little bit lengthy. Okay, first two modules, but later 3, 4 and 5 it is very less only. But this will take more time because fundamentals we have to speak. Only after speaking the fundamentals it will be clear for you also. So that is why I have devoted much more time to the first module. Anyway, the first two modules it will take time, but later third, fourth and fifth it is going to take very less time. It will finish. Fine. Any doubts means please feel free to ask either personally or in the classroom. But the main thing is that you people are not responding except one or two. It's very sad thing from your part. Okay, anyway, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.